Out here, beneath the long cliffs of Cedar Mountain, the desert moves slowly. Wind drifts across Buckhorn Flat. Ravens ride the thermals above the canyon walls. The land breathes in a rhythm older than memory. Most travelers pass through this valley without realizing what surrounds them. But every now and then, the desert reveals something ancient, something waiting, something carved into stone by hands that lived here long before our roads, our maps, or even our language for this place existed. Leaning quietly beside the road is a strange slab of sandstone tilted towards the sky, covered in figures, watching, waiting. This is 45-degree rock, and for nearly 1,000 years, it has been holding a conversation with time. At first glance, it looks like a rock that simply fell. A massive boulder of sandstone resting at an angle, almost as if gravity caught it mid-motion. But when you walk closer, something changes. You begin to notice the carvings. Faint at first, just shadows against the dark desert varnish. Then slowly, shapes emerge. Figures, animals, symbols. The rock tilts towards the sky, almost 45 degrees. And because of that angle, the images feel different. They don't sit upright like most rock imagery panels. They lean, they rise, almost as if the stone itself is lifting the images upward, as if the stories carved here were meant to reach beyond the rock. These carvings were left by the Fremont culture, a people who lived across what is now Utah more than 1,000 years ago. They farmed along rivers. They hunted in these hills. They walked the same valleys beneath these same cliffs. And like so many cultures before writing, they left pieces of their world carved into stone. Tall figures appear here, anthropomorphs with broad shoulders and tapering bodies, a style unmistakably Fremont. Their forms were simple, yet their presence feels powerful. Some stand alone. Others seem connected to animals carved beside them. Perhaps bighorn sheep, perhaps deer, perhaps something symbolic, something spiritual. We may never know exactly what these figures meant to the people who made them, but we can feel that they mattered. "45-degree rock is not alone here. The entire valley beneath Cedar Mountain is filled with ancient images. Panels appear on cliffs, alcoves, and scattered boulders across the desert. Places like the daisy chain panel and silent sentinel. Each panel holds its own voice, its own message. Together they form something larger, a landscape woven with memory. This valley wasn't empty when these carvings were made. It was alive with movement. Families traveling between camps. Hunters tracking animals across the flats. children growing up beneath these cliffs. And somewhere in that living world, someone stopped at this stone and began to carve. Standing here today, the question naturally rises. Why this rock? Why carve these figures here? Perhaps the stone once stood upright and slowly shifted over time. Or perhaps its unusual angle was already here, making it a landmark that caught the eye of anyone passing through. Ancient people often chose places that already felt significant. A distinctive rock, a place where trails crossed, a point in the landscape that seemed to ask for attention. Buckhorn Flat has long been a natural corridor through the San Rafael Swell. People have moved through this valley for thousands of years, and a rock like this, leaning towards the sky, would have been impossible to ignore. When we stand in front of rock imagery today, it's easy to think of it as archaeology or history. But in moments of quiet, it becomes something else, something more human. Because these carvings were not made for museums. They were made for the living world, for people walking past, for stories told beside fire, for beliefs that tied people to this land and to each other. And somehow, across centuries of wind and sun, that connection still lingers. Standing here, you can almost feel it, not as a voice, but as a presence. A reminder that long before us, others lived here, understood this land, and left pieces of themselves behind. Places like 45-degree rock are easy to reach. You can pull off the road, walk a few steps, and stand face to face with something 1,000 years old. But sites like this deserve more than a quick photograph. They deserve patience. They deserve respect. Because these images are not simply carvings in stone. They are the surviving expressions of people who once called this desert home. People who watched the same sunrise over Buckhorn Flat, who felt the same wind moving through the sage, and who chose this leaning stone to leave a message behind. A message still resting here today, quietly, waiting for the next traveler willing to slow down and listen. Thank you for taking this journey with me, and as always, respect the past. Leave nothing behind.